This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Comic Hunters.
And here's the game set up. So this is going to track the number of turns, 1, 2, 3, and then the phases inside each one. So every time you go through a draft, you'll move this down until you're at the end. You'll have these little trackers that will keep track of here as you're going up on these, and this will be your secret stash. These are worth victory points at the end of the game, but as you use them when you're bidding, you'll have less and less. As you can see here, there are different types of these auctions or drafting that you're going to have. But so in the first one, you have Loja, SIBO, and conventions. But you'll see the site one on the internet you won't have. So you won't always have the same ones every single time. These are trackers that you're going to keep track of here. Whoever gets further up on this track will score points. So if in a 4-player game, whoever gets furthest up will get 15. And these are icons that you're looking in your collection. Up here, you're looking for certain heroes that you're going to have, certain things that you'll be collecting, and how many of those you get is going to be how many victory points you get.
So as you can see, Comic Hunters is a little bit unique in the IP industry, as it's not directly based. You're not jumping in and being the superhero. Instead, you're somebody collecting the comic books. But this has IP written all over it, and I think that it really does make you feel like you're collecting comics. I'm looking for certain ones. And just not collecting everything. I need certain ones to add to my collection to make my sets more valuable. And I'm not somebody who's ever read comics or collected them, but I really got a feeling of what it would be like to kind of run around and I got to find this one comic and how do I pay for it? I have to trade off my old comics to get my new comic that's worth so much more, etc. Because I really want this one into my collection. There's different ways to draft the cards. I feel like each way is a little bit different and adds spice to the game. And you don't do each one each round. You do 3 or 4 different drafting to gain cards into your hand. And it really, really works here. So even though the IP is Marvel Comics, I feel like the game really comes alive as something about collecting Marvel Comics. And that's very interesting. Very different type of use of the IP. I think it works brilliantly here. And it's something a little different that I think a lot of people will enjoy. So this one has been a winner for us.